we will start exploring the harmony of the melodic minor scale, and we will do it, as we said, mode by mode. Then some general recommendations I give you is, I know if you are working with the major scale and the minor scale, you are working in a tonal situation. I mean, you have a very clear tonal functions, and those tonal functions are inside a context, right? They are the tonal functions and they are inside a context. But here you will find that normally these chords you will use inside, how to say, you will have the tonal context, but it will it will not be like a tonal context associated with a concrete key. It's more like if you are all the time borrowing. It's okay now. Just explaining, maybe you will not see it now, but I will try to clarify as we are advancing together. We will see, for just as an example, for the first one, for the first mode, we can go and we can play two chords here, right? One is, we call this a minor minor, a minor, sorry, a minor major, but I recommend you to say a minor with a major seventh, because it is very clear. You will find that some musicians, they don't know this kind of scales. So if you find this situation, it's better to speak clearly. Why? Because some people, when they are thinking in minor or major, if they are working just with triads, they are thinking more about the third. So if you say something like minor major, they will believe that you mean like something that have a minor third and a major third, right? But it is better a minor with a major seventh, so instantly you know the chord, right? This is one option. You will use these options when this concrete option, you will use it when any note is in the top note. The top note is, you have your structure, and then the top note is the note that is on top, right? If you have the 9, if you have the 9, or if you have, I don't know, the 11th, right? You can have 13, you can have the 3rd, you can have even the major 7th. Everything is okay, but the 1, it doesn't sound that good. Why? Because this interval or this interval. So one thing you can do is, instead of playing that when the melody is on top and the top note is the root, you can use this chord, and that's a minor 6 chord, right? It's a minor chord, like a minor chord. You see, a minor triad, but you add the major 6th. That's very common. Sometimes you are, let's say, we are in C minor, and then suddenly you are going to a finish, and you decide to go for it. Very, very common practice. You can find this a lot. Then on this situation, you can think in the melodic minor, in the 1 of the melodic minor, as kind of a tonic chord. So when you find this kind of chord, especially when it is receiving a resolution of the main dominant, I mean, you are in C, so D, and then you go for C. Here you can use this interchange, right? That's a good place to use this chord, and it will be a tonic chord. Sometimes you will find another kind of minor six chords. They are equal. Let's say, okay, you are like, I don't know, you are in C major, and then suddenly you find something like this. That's the same kind of chord, right? Then the 5 and then the 1. On this occasion, by because the context, you can feel that this chord is for, it's a Dorian chord. It's not a melodic minor. But maybe if you are improvising, you can be like Dorian and make it major. I mean, you can use the minor with major 7 or the melodic minor too. Why not? Just try it. And that's the Dorian, and that's melodic. It's another way, if you want. It's another way of thinking on it. It's like, okay, it is like Dorian, but with a major seventh. It's another way. I mean, you can say this is like a major scale, but with a minor third. Or you can think, if you are familiar with Dorian, you can take your Dorian. That's Dorian, right? And then just this minor 7, you can use a major 7th, and then again you have melodic minor. I will not tell you which way you should think about that. I mean, that's a little bit like a matter of personal taste, but I can recommend you the most logical thing, and is thinking like major with the minor third, or a Dorian with the major 7th, as you wish. But at the end of the day, it is very important that for you, this can have at the end of the day his own character. I mean, his own personality, because it is really important when you are using the sounds that you don't. It's better if you don't think like related sounds. I mean, like thinking, oh, okay, melodic minor is like a Dorian but with a major 7th, or it is like a major with a minor third. That way is useful just for learning. When we are learning something, it's a thing our brain can do very efficiently. I mean, it takes something that you already know, and then it compares and finds the difference, and then the brain tells you, hey, it's only just one different, this one, and then you learn the thing. But at the end of the day, it will be good if you get the sound under your fingers and spend a little bit of time just playing, just playing around. When you arrive to this, you can play with. You see, this is two together. I don't know if you like it, you don't like it, so you don't know. Then you can play a little bit with them and see what happens. But normally, this scale you will use it for tonic ambience, right? Of course, that's the common use. You can do at the end of the day whatever you want. These kind of rules. The reason we learn rules and scales and modes, and we learn about the counterpoint, and we learn about all these harmonic movements and all these normal resolutions, and which rules we have in the language. At the end of the day, is a way for us to be able to know when we can stay inside the rules, or when we should go out. And if you are working for movies, normally in some places you can break the rules somehow, right? It happens with working with chromatic medians, or It happens in more modern styles of music. It's like breaking the rules. So, okay, but we will talk about this later. Let's gonna dive into the second mode of melodic minor.